Good evening, world, and welcome to another episode of Bandog Talk with the Dog God, brought to you by Formula One Canines. That is I, that is me. And just like every other Thursday, we're going to cook up on a great subject topic tonight. However, before we get into that, you know how I do. I like to talk about my week, my day, all that good stuff that goes on as a dog man. Big salute to you, dog man Don. Welcome, man. William, Bill, hey, Bill. Bill, what's good with you, family? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a great cook up tonight. We got a great cook up tonight. But as I started out, I like to give y'all a preview of my week, preview of my day. It's never a dull moment in the life of the dog god. So I like to get, trade war stories and things of that nature with fellow dog men like yourselves. And, this week is no different than any other week in the life of the dog god. Just, dealing with multiple dogs. You're always going to have something going on. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know I mentioned this week, right? Or actually, I mentioned this previous weeks before, but I mentioned I had another puppy that I had that had that anal prolapse that I've never experienced. Okay. In my 20 plus years of doing dogs, an anal prolapse, never experienced it until now. And I actually had two puppies, separate litters, separate areas, separate packs, have this anal prolapse. You know what I mean? And I had to put down Shaka Jr., which happens to be my pick, right? My pick dog. That hurt for sure. And then I had another one, which was an AR-15 Bandog, which was another one of my pick dogs. She was a female, or it was a female, excuse me. Not she was a female. Of course, she's a female. And hers wasn't as bad as Shaka's. That's Shaka's. Hey, salute to you. Who's that? Do G Doc. Hey, salute to you, Do G Doc. Excuse me. Do J Doc. Hopefully I pronounced y'all's name correctly, man. Forgive me if I slaughter your names, but big salute to your family. Welcome. So anyway, long story short, I had a female as well, which was one of my AR-15 band dogs, a beautiful bitch, one of my keeper bitches. She had that anal prolapse as well. And like I mentioned to you guys before in previous episodes, I've done everything in my power to try to heal it, right? You know what I mean? Went to the vet, did all the tests, did the antibiotics, all the things that required, changed the diets. Me and my wife was over there cleaning up the anus, pushing the anus back in. We were using, expensive ass honey, because, I guess sugar water or something, with sugar in it helps retract the swelling and, was supposed to help push it back in or whatever, right? So anyway, we did everything, me and my wife. So this week I had to put my girl down, and it was easier to do as far as just mentally just accepting it. It was easier because I already had that situation with Shaka Jr. Had to accept that. That was hard. I was already prepared for if I would have to do that with her. And, I wasn't going to keep going and having to put her asshole in every damn day, have to keep her separate in a whole different area than all the dogs. Now she's fully healthy. She's acting like a normal dog, but that anal prolapse, I wasn't going to deal with. I can't deal with that. You know what I mean? I don't care how beautiful she is. If everything else was perfect, I'm not dealing with that shit. And I'm not going to spend that crazy amount of money on the surgery. That's not even guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? That's not even guaranteed that they will stay in. So I had to put her down today. And so that was crazy. And then I had a situation with my AK-74 band dog bitch. Her name is Nina 9. and one of my XL Pit Bull Dracos. Both are AK-47 Chopper's offspring. Just one is a Bandog, one is a Pit Bull. And I have them next to each other in a kennel setup over there where I call it the AR-15 barracks. That's where AR-15 is. This is my second tier. So I have them together. And the reason why I have them together is because they know how to climb out of kennels. They know how to climb out of them. They know how to break out of them. You know, they're probably the smartest escape artists I have so far. And I have a lot of smart escape artists, but they happen to be the smartest because they done figured out how to break through a lot of little situations that I put these dogs in to prevent them from breaking out. So anyway, I have them in an area where I have it barricaded. I have a certain type of roof on it with boards on it, with cinder blocks on top of it. You know, I got locks on the latches and everything else. So anyway, they're together. Now, I had a situation with them two where there was a little food aggression. Now, I referee all my puppies until they're of age to teach them not to be food aggressive, right? And normally it works. And these are no different from all the other dogs that I've made sure that I teach not to have food aggression. And they're in their own kennels and they're not sharing no bowls, nothing like that. But there was a situation probably like a couple months back where I noticed that the AR-15 Bandog, the AK-74 Bandog, the female, you know, when the boy was eating, his name is Draco, he was eating, she was getting aggressive through the kennel bars. I'm like, why are you doing that? You know, I'm just thinking to myself, like, why are you doing that? It's his food. It's over there where he's at. You already finished your food. Why are you getting aggressive at the against the kennel bars? So, of course he responds to it, and then, she grabs his ass instantly. As soon as he responds to that shit, she grabs him through the kennel bars and she had a hold of his nose. Now I had to break that shit up. Now this is the first time they ever had a situation, right? So I'm like, man, here we go. So anyway, I break it up. She got him really good on his nose, but it is what it is. We doctor it up. It is what it is. It's done. So then it's not okay. Now I got to referee you guys again, even though you're in separate kennels. You got your own bowl of food. Now I got to make sure I'm refereeing. So now I put his bowl next to the front of the kennel so I can watch him. I put hers over there near the edge, further away from him. So now I'm refereeing and everything is cool. Everything is good. Okay. And it's been good for a matter of months, at least 3 months, no problems, because I'm refereeing. And they never had any issues until that point. So I think it was Monday, y'all. It's probably 12 midnight, 12:30-ish. And I know I hear a little commotion outside, the dogs barking. And I live out here in the woods and on this mountaintop where there's all kind of shit out here. So if there's stuff roaming around, my dogs are on top of it. There's a certain level of bark that they do. It's not no aggressive bark, but it's more like a warning bark. So I know the different type of barks, but I notice a commotion. Now I'm not really hearing it because of where it was coming from, as far as like I can determine what's going on. However, something was going on. You know what I mean? But like I said, it was late. I'm not going down there. Even though I live on 6.5 acres, I live out here in the country. But I live on a hill. So if I went out there, then I know all my dogs are going to be going crazy because as soon as I come out, they let everybody know, oh, daddy's out. So I'm not trying to wake my neighbors up. So anyway, I'm like, whatever's going on, hopefully it'll figure itself out. So I get up, do my routine, take care of the dogs. I go down to the second tier where AR-15. I look over there where Nina is and that boy Draco is, and man, it's a bloody mess over there, y'all. A bloody mess. Blood all over them, blood all over the ground, swole up. I mean, I'm like, what the heck, man, you guys, no. So I'm pissed, because it's like, why are y'all doing this through the damn bars, man? Y'all was cool. no issues. Now all of a sudden y'all fighting through the bars, and y'all did this last night, and not only y'all fighting, y'all getting each other good through the damn bars. Like, like they got each other good. The legs, the ears, the face. I'm like, what the hell y'all doing? So anyway, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I go check them out. It's no staples. I didn't know staples, but they definitely chewed each other up pretty damn good. So I just rinsed everybody off. I showed them no love because I'm just upset with just them doing that for whatever reason. They decided to go at each other and cause a commotion. But one thing that my dogs understand about me, they understand when they in trouble, and they understand when they do good. They understand that if everything's all good, then every day when I come out, clean them up, feed them, they get my affection. You know what I'm saying? So they all look forward to that. But then when they do bad, you don't get my affection. You get a negative energy from me. You might get a 1-2 combination. You're going to get something that you ain't going to like. So they already knew what time it was, them two. They knew it wasn't going to be love from me because I was very upset. So I just sprayed them all down, washed the blood out the kennels, sprayed them down. I got my my little medical kit, my little medical spray, check their wounds, sprayed their wounds down or whatever. Got my amoxicillin, which of course you can't even get amoxicillin anymore, which is freaking horrible. But I got I got my amoxicillin, and started a little regimen for they, prevent infections and shit like that. But I got dogs trying to kill each other through the damn kennel bars. I was like, you guys are something else, man. No issues. Had one little situation. One situation, y'all. And that's why I tell you, dogs, they never forget. It could be 3 months, 5 months, a year. But somebody has vengeance on their mind, which is like kind of like odd. Like, why? You know what I mean? Why would y'all wait this long for get back? However, I've experienced this multiple times. Dogs never forget. You never forget. So just be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? And then, you just got to be on top of that. So anyway, I had that situation. Everybody's good. Clean them up. It's all love. But hey, Bill, just to recap, man, give you a little follow-up, Bill, on your on Voodoo's sister, the one that got jumped by the pack. They damn near ripped her apart. So she's doing good. She's healing up really nicely. And so I'm grateful for that, man. I'm grateful for that, man. So she's doing real nice. And then I had another situation. Hey, big salute to you, Duro Rico Bully Camp. Big salute to you, Carolina Blue. Big salute to you too, man. Welcome. Hey, I already told you, man. My dogs, Carolina Blue. My dogs with chain spots. Ain't no chain spot gonna hold my dogs. Nah. They'll finesse it out of the hole. You would have to cement it. I would have to cement it in the ground and then secure that. Not only secure that, okay, I would have to have the heaviest chain and then the tightest collar for my type of dogs. They're the type that are so driven that they would continue to pull on the chain spot until either they broke their neck or they broke the chain. Like, that's the type of energy that the dogs that I own have. And the reason why I would say it is the energy that's around the other dogs is very competitive. Very, very competitive in my yard. And one thing about the dogs that I've produced is that their pain tolerance is at the highest of the highest level. You know what I mean? Like, they don't feel pain. They don't. So they'll do it to their demise, man. Or they'll just keep running back and forth on their chain until they have a heat stroke. I can't have that, man. I gotta have them contained and damn near like a cell, man. You know what I mean? At least my dog. So man, the chain spots won't work. I'm just going to have to put the little spacers in between some of these particular dogs. I'm going to have to reinforce the roofs. You know, I mean, you know, I got to treat them like prisoners because they're just that crafty. You know, they're that crafty. And these two that I mentioned, Nina and then Draco, they've even done something like I mentioned to y'all before that I've never seen any of my dogs ever do, where they would jump up into where the kennel is and they'll hang on the top and they'll hang up there with their paws and their legs and just hang, and then they'll finesse it with their head. So they'll be up there they can be up there for like 10, 15, 20 minutes up there trying to finesse the roof off. They'll just hang up there, you know, not jump. Like AK, he hasn't figured that one out. AK would just keep jumping into it, just busting his head up into that thing until he busts it out. You know what I'm saying? But his kids, they hang up there and just like use their brain and let me figure out the weak spot and let me bite this and keep breaking this until it breaks and then I'll get out. Like that's how they do it. You know what I mean? So to answer your question, Carolina Blue, my dogs ain't built for chain spots, man. You know what I mean? They'll either kill themselves or break the chain. And if one of my dogs get loose out here, where all these people that live around me got horses, cows, they got all kind of animals and stuff like that, man. And I'm the only black man around, to be honest. Man, they can't wait to get on me. They'll call the cops and animal control on me so fast because they probably can't wait to call them on me now just because they know I'm a nigga with dogs. You know, and I'm out here working my dogs on my property, so they probably can't wait. So I can't even risk it, Carolina Blue. I can't even risk it, man. So anyways, y'all, anyways, man, you know, I like to let y'all into my week, my day-to-day doing these dogs, and it's always something. And then on another note, I don't know how this happened, man. It's always something. So I go and I'm cleaning on the 4th tier, and I have you know, my new generation, or excuse me, my next generation AK-47 chopper females down there. What's good with you, Royalty Methods? Welcome, man. We cooking up. We haven't cooked up yet, but I'm just giving y'all my little weekly recap, like I always do before we start cooking up, man. But welcome, Royalty Methods. So anyway, I go down to the 4th tier, and like I said, I have my next generation AK dogs down there, and then I have my Kangal down there, and I have two. I have 2 of my performance bully females, and then I got Big Shug and his brother down there, Ox down there. So anyway, I go down there doing my regular routine, cleaning and feeding. And then I notice I go into my kennel spot where I got the Kangal and one of my XL Pitbull Draco bitches in there, right? And I notice blood coming off the Pitbull bitch. And I know it can't be from Snow, the Kangal, because that's not how she operates. You know, like she's a protector. She's a guardian. She don't want to hurt the pit bull, and they have that bond. Like I seen their bond. She protects that pit bull. You know what I mean? So I know it's like I know that Snow didn't fuck her up. You know what I mean? Like, why is there blood everywhere from her anus area, right? Like, was she over there shitting too much? Like, you know, because I see my dogs every day, y'all, every day. So if it was something that was a surprise, you know, what could it be? You know, their kennel area, there's nothing that can surprise me in their spot. I got everything contained. I know Snow ain't going to bite her and, you know, mess her up. So now I'm tripping, y'all. I'm tripping. So I go and I clean it up, and I'm looking like, did she shit something out that she shouldn't? And I didn't notice anything from the anus. But then I looked over there in the tail where the base is, and there's like a little hole. It's like a little hole. So I clean it up. Okay. I'm like, oh, it's a little hole there, huh? Hey, big salute to you, Michael. Welcome, man. We about to cook it up, man. I'm just giving a recap of my week. So check this out, y'all. I look at the base of the tail. It's like near the edge on the left-hand side, near the base of the tail, there's like a little hole. So I'm like, okay, is that where that blood is coming from? It can't be anywhere else. It's, you know, shit looks normal. Everything's good. Clean that up. Boom. Not tripping too much. The following day, I look, right? It's not bleeding, but I look in that area and it's bigger. Like it's not a little hole. It's like almost like a slit, but of course, it's where the tail is and where she's wagging, you know. So it's, you know, it's splitting even more, right? So I'm like, what the heck? I hit my wife up, right? I'm like, Mama, bring the staple gun out. And I would advise you, if y'all ain't got no staple gun, Okay. That's going to save you a whole lot of money having to go to the vet getting stitches. Okay. Get you a staple gun, get you a couple of them because you can't refill them. You just got to buy them. That's how they get you with the money. You buy them, they already got the staples in there. Get a few of them, okay? Because they saved me a lot of money. Because I done stapled so many dogs up. Imagine if I had to take them to the vet and get them stitched up, how much money I would have lost. Lots of it, especially with the dogs that I have that be doing shit to themselves. You understand what I'm talking about? Anyway, I called my wife up like, Mama, come down with the staple gun, antibiotics, all the stuff. We got to do some doctoring up because I'm noticing there's a split. So she comes down and she's looking at it. She's like, Daddy, you know what I mean? She's like, this look like it's eating at the flesh. I'm like, what? So I'm looking, and it's looking like she said. So I'm like, oh man. So I've already been through this situation before where there's wounds that can't be closed, like with Shaka, for example. He would, you know, he would show out in the kennel where he would run back and forth up against the kennel bars and slam himself up against the kennel bars, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? And he would bust his right where his pasterns is, right where the wrist is, the front paw. He would bust that, like bust it wide open, just busting up against the kennel. And he would do that nonstop on both sides to the point where I paid for the stitches, right? And he would bust those out. Then I paid for the stitches again, and he would bust those out, right? And so then my vet was like, look, the dog, the wound will be open, but the dog, the wounds will heal on their own. It would just take longer. She just gave me some tip like, hey, get you some saline pack, keep the wound clean with that saline pack type of fluid. You know what I mean? Keep it clean with that, give them the antibiotics, and, boom, it'll take longer, but it will eventually close up. And it damn near did, but Shaka keep busting it open anyway. Anyway, it didn't get infected. I was able to keep it clean. So that already rang a bell in my head, like, okay, well, damn, we can't staple it up. I'm not taking her to the vet. I got antibiotics. I got the saline solution. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it clean or whatever. So anyway, I think she got bit. I don't think it's a snake because of where she's at, but maybe a spider, man. Got her and opened it up. So now I just got to maintain that, make sure that it doesn't get infected. Hopefully it doesn't spread anymore. I'll keep it clean and I'll just let it heal on its own. You know what I mean? So these are the things that we deal with when you have multiple dogs. Y'all know I got 30 plus and they're all high strung, just nuts sometimes. So I'm always over here acting like a veterinarian, playing the vet, me and my wife, and thank God for my tools, man. But that was my week so far. It's never a dull moment in the life of the dog god. So anyway, man, let me put this in the ticker. But before we do, y'all, cheers to everybody that showed up, man. I appreciate you guys' support. Y'all know I do. We gonna grow this one episode at a time. We on episode 32. 32 consecutive Thursdays that we've been here talking about, band dogs, talking about performance dogs in general. However, band dogs, is the main topic. But I definitely want to cheers to you guys, man. I keep it simple. You know how I keep it, y'all. KISS method. I keep it simple. Stupid. KISS, right? And I got my vodka lemonade. For those of you, you're getting off of work, maybe whatever y'all doing, get comfortable. You like your herbal sensations, man, roll you up one, man, blow you, take you a couple of puffs. Let's get comfortable and get into this dog talk because this is a subject matter like everyone that we have though, y'all. But this is a subject matter that, is a good cook up. I had a fellow, I would say, supporter reach out to me probably a week ago about this topic right here. And he asked me, he's like, hey, coach, would an XL bully be a band dog? Now, of course, I had an answer to that right away. You know what I mean? I told him no, because it's not bred to be the definition of a band dog. You know what I mean? I just broke it down to him. And he respected it. He understood what I was saying. But it's a good topic because a lot of people consider a band dog a breed. When they talk band dog, they talk of it like it's a breed. And we know a band dog is not a breed, right? We know that. We know it's a job title. However, most people who hear the word or the term Bandog, they think it's a breed. You know what I mean? So I broke it down to my fellow supporter, and he got it, he understood it. But I was like, you know what, that's a good topic for this evening. You know what I mean? That's a good topic of discussion. So we're gonna talk about this tonight because I do not want what we're doing with the band dogs. If you're into band dogs and stuff like that, I don't want it to be intertwined with other breeds, right? I don't want it like how we talked about, not every mixed breed pit bull is a band dog. We talked about that on previous episodes, and now we're going to talk about, would an XL bully be considered a band dog? Now, like I said, before we get into it, let me cheers you guys up, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my sip before I dig deep into this, man. So cheers to you guys, man. Much respect, much love, and to many, many more of these, these band dog talks, because I guarantee you guys, as the episodes, become more and more and more, the knowledge will be more and more and more. And the further we will be in this performance dog community, in this band dog community, the further we will be to where, pioneers of this shit, pioneers of it, front line, when it takes off and becomes popular, then we will reap the benefits of it because we've been talking about it. We've been dissecting it. We've been, campaigning it since day one. And, I want to be a part of that. I hope that you guys will want to be a part of that as well. And hope when it becomes popular, we be able to get all the money, all the money we would get because we pioneers of this shit. We took it serious. You know what I'm saying? We really studied the game, understood the dogs, knew how to put the dogs together and capitalize on it. You know what I mean? Making the best overall performance dogs in the world. So big cheers to y'all. Big salute. Oh man, I needed that. Man. So back to the topic of discussion. Let me put that in the ticker too, man. Let me make sure I put that in the ticker for the ones that's coming in. They want to know the topic of discussion. This is the topic of discussion. All right. So now we know the XL. I don't know if you guys know the XL bully, especially the American bully in general, period. That's a mix of, we would say, definitely pit bull terrier, American pit bull terrier, bulldogs, plural, right? American bulldog, bulldog, just English bulldog, whatever, right? Bulldogs, mastiffs, whatever mastiff breed they choose to cook up in there, right? And Callahoolas, whatever. You get these colors and different things, Rottweilers, there's all kind of dogs that are intertwined in the American bully. All right. Now I remember the time, y'all, when I first got into American bullies, and the let's say the forefathers and the founders, the Dave Wilsons and the Terrell Quincy's and all these guys was lying and saying that it was strictly pit bull terrier, just selective breeding, right? They were lying to us, right? Because they didn't want us to get the recipe about these bully type dogs that they were producing, right? And I fell for it, like most of us did, right? Like they were creating these larger type pit bulls with bigger heads, more mass, and claiming that it was selective breeding all pit bulls. Fast forward it to today, all the individuals from the beginning are not together and they're snitching on each other, and the people that are around them is snitching and telling the truth about the breed, right? It's a mixed breed, period. They were mixing breeds even back then, when they were lying to us about it in the earlier stages of the breed, because they didn't want us to have the recipe, right? They wanted to manipulate us consumers to spend the money like they got the formula, which at the end of the day, all they was doing was mixing dogs, okay, to create these bully type breeds that we see, or that are known as the American bully, not even just the XL bully. Now we can fast forward into the XL bully world, right? And we know for you to get these bulky type, 21 plus inches to 24, however tall inches, these thick bone, wide chest, big bully type dogs, right? You would have to mix something of size into the genetic recipe. Okay. Now we know that's going to be a mastiff type, period. If you want to get mass, you want to get size, you want to get bone, you're going to throw that mastiff in there. So you'll take your little whatever bully you have, standard bully, breed it to a mastiff, get whatever you need to get out of that, the biggest one that still looks like an American bully, keep those, run those together, and then voila, you got, your XL American bully. Now we know with the Bandog, y'all, we know that it's a mastiff crossed with a bull breed is the foundation genetic recipe. Okay. It's just the foundation genetic recipe because that's what the forefathers did early bird. They would take a mastiff type and throw it with a bull type, whether it be a pit bull, American bulldog, whatever they decided to choose in their genetic recipe. We know that that's the formula, right? Now, with that formula being cooked up in the Bandog community, in the Bandog space, it was to increase performance and still have the size, right? Take that guardian instinct of a mastiff and the size of a mastiff, but give it that grit and performance of an American Pit Bull Terrier. You know what I mean? Overall is ultimate protection dog. The bully side of it is not that, right? Because it's supposed to be a docile companion breed, the American Bully. But when you throw a mastiff in there, it's going to change his whole demeanor. It's going to change that American Bully's demeanor, its temperament, because now you throw a guardian breed in there, okay? But you want size, right? That's what they want. They want size. They want them 150 pound, them 180 pound, right? They want them Hulk dogs. And then they want colors and all that extra credit shit that's added into that. But we're not talking about the color. We're talking about the size to get that XL. The bigger, the more money you can get. Because, that's how it works with these superficial type breeds. You know what I mean? Size, the biggest ones getting the most attention and the most money. So what are we going to do? We're going to throw Mastiff in there, right? That's obviously we're going to throw the biggest Mastiff. And then we're going to pick out of that F1 cross. We're going to pick and see which one is going to have that phenotype that's going to get everybody oohing and ahhing and spinning that bread for these bullies. Now, because I took an American Bully to a Mastiff to create an XL Bully, is that a Bandog? Technically, no. Technically, no. Because that's not how it was bred. It wasn't bred for performance. It was bred for looks. Okay. Now, when you don't know how these dogs are performing and you freestyling in the lab, like most of these bully breeders are doing, they're freestyling in the lab, right? Because they're just trying to create a phenotype, a look. Performance does not matter. Okay. Now you throw this big ass dog into that American Bully, you got the look, but now it's kind of acting like a Mastiff. It's people aggressive. And then you sell these dogs as American Bullies, right? Now, as a consumer, you thinking you just getting a big companion dog. Kind of like how those people out there in the UK was thinking that their dogs was big companion dogs. Okay. And I honestly think them people out there in the UK was a victim of their own demise. And that's nothing against the UK, but there's a lot of people out there that just do things for money. And, when you know that the money, you're getting money off these big dogs with colors, and you know how to take shortcuts, you do whatever it takes for the money. And you start throwing these Mastiff in there into these bullies just for that money, or you're going to get some time bombs, especially if you're not in tune with performance dogs. You have to be in tune with performance dogs to know a performance dog. And these people who are doing this for money, these bullies for money, they just throwing Mastiffs in there. Obviously, they're not in tune with the Mastiff breed. They just want the bullies to be big and have these colors. So you get these big XL bullies, 150 pound bullies, whatever size bullies you got. And Some of them want to perform like Bandogs. They want to protect. They're people aggressive, right? They got the size. And if you really hip on mixing dogs, you can see the Mastiff in a lot of these dogs, right? They didn't wash them out enough. They probably just F1'd them, maybe even F2'd them, but didn't clean them up, didn't clean up the look. So you can see it in these XLs, the Mastiff in them. You can see it. Now, just because you say it's an XL bully, you got papers hung on it saying it's an XL bully, but it acts like it's a guardian. That technically is a Bandog. Technically a Bandog. Because if it's acting like, even though it's looking like an American bully, but it's acting like what the job title is, the description of the definition of a Bandog, that XL American bully is a Bandog. Because it's doing what a Bandog is bred to do, right? Protect. Man aggressive. And it's mixed with bull breeds, plural, right? Because that's the American bully, got a whole bunch of different bull breeds in it, not just pit bull, and a Mastiff. Even though it looks like an XL American bully. But now we got issues with this XL American bully now. Because the owner, the person who owns this Mastiff cross, really has a Bandog, however, don't even know what a Bandog is. Don't even know what a Bandog is. Yet alone know how to handle a Bandog. Right? So now you got a dog that doesn't have any type of structure, a protection dog that doesn't have any structure, any guidance. You treat it like it's just a little pet. It's just a big old pet. Little love. Look, it's so we can just hug on it, all that stuff. Yeah, it might be cool with you and the family, but let a stranger come around. Let somebody new come around. And then that Mastiff that you had crossed in, or your breeder crossed in and didn't tell you about, starts to come out. And you can't handle that because you've never nurtured that mentality of that dog from a puppy. You just was over there, whatever. You thought it was just a companion dog. Because that's technically what an American bully is supposed to be, a companion dog. Right? Now we have liabilities happen, right? Where these dogs are attacking people, killing people sometimes. Now, praise God. We're going to praise God on this one, man, that they're not tying them XL bullies to Bandogs. Praise God, because that hurts us who are responsible breeders of Bandogs. We know the liability, right? You should know. If you watch this podcast that we do every Thursday night, you will know, and you should know if you watch, because I stress it to you guys. Okay. When you have dogs that are bred that can harm a person, harm an animal, or either kill a person or kill an animal, you have to nurture that particular dog when it's born. You have to nurture its mentality early. We call that the on-off switch. You have to develop that. Now, if you're a bully breeder, you're not even expecting that, right? When you buy your XL bully, you're not expecting to have to nurture this dog that could possibly do harm to you, a person, an animal, right? Your pets. You're not hip to that. You're not. And I wouldn't expect them to be hip to that. But you know what? They want an XL. They were lied to about how these XLs were bred. They didn't know they were mixing Mastiffs in there and things of that nature. They didn't know that. They just thought, oh, it's a big dog with a cool color. And it's 150 pounds, 160 pounds. Wow. And they're selling these dogs for $15,000 a puppy, $10,000 a puppy. Oh, I got to get involved in this. We can't fault them for not knowing any better. Goes back to when I told you when I first learned about the American Bully. I didn't know any better. I thought they was selective breeding pit bulls to pit bulls. Lies. They was lying. Same thing with the XL Bully. They're lying to get our money, right? They know what gets us excited with them XL Bullies if you're into XL Bullies. The size, the bone, the head. You get excited. The color. Oh, man, you're excited. Oh, I got to get that. I got to get that. I got to produce that. I can make this much money off of that. I got to produce that. Then you get in that, it's a liability. It's a liability. Okay. Now, we got to flip the coin now. When I flipped the coin, even though that dog was bred with a Mastiff, it wasn't bred for the definition of a Bandog. It wasn't bred for that specifically. So for me, when I flip the coin and I know what the definition of a Bandog is, and I know it's not a breed, them XL Bullies aren't Bandogs. They are not Bandogs. They were not bred for performance. I don't care if they threw Mastiffs in there or Pit Bulls in there or Bulldogs in there, whatever. I don't care how they cooked it up. Was it bred for the definition of a Bandog? Was that how y'all cooked it up? Yes or no? Corey, big salute to you, man. Big salute to you, man. Welcome. We cooking up. We cooking up, as you see the topic on the ticker. So like I said, when I flip the coin and I know what it takes to breed a Bandog, okay, I'm gonna say, nah, me. I'm gonna say that's not a Bandog. I don't care if it's acting like one. Did you breed it like one? Was your mission when you took the genetics and you took those dogs together, whether it be a bully you crossed with it, whether you took a presser to it, whatever you decided to take to it, was it based off of performance in enhancing its definition, right? Its job description. Did you enhance that Bandog's job description as the ultimate protection dog? Whether it be personal, whether it be property, was that your reasoning behind the breeding? Well, you're gonna tell me no. If you're a bully breeder, you're like, no, I just wanted a big bully. It's not a Bandog. It's not a Bandog. Okay. Do not mix your breeding tactics with our breeding tactics. Okay. Because us over here on the Bandog side of the breeding, we're trying to create the ultimate personal and property protection dog that even looks good. You just want to create a dog that looks a certain type of way. Performance is not even in your equation. Health is not in your equation, right? Temperament is not in your equation. On and off switch is not in your equation. You're not thinking about liabilities. You're not thinking if your dog could kill your kids, God forbid, God forbid, your mother, your grandmother, your neighbor, anybody. You're not worried about that, okay? You're not worried about if your dog will kill, if you got livestock, your goats, chickens, cat, your little fucking poodle, right? You're not worried about that. You're just worried about how that dog looks. That's all you're worried about. Now, when we take care, when we breed these Bandogs, we got to worry about all of the above, right? Our breeding palette is way more extensive than yours, way more extensive. I breed my dogs to be able to neutralize or kill. I do. I breed my dogs to be functional. I do. I breed my Bandogs to be healthy. I do. And I breed my Bandogs with an on and off switch. I do. Do you do all that in your XL American Bully? No. No. Even though your genetic recipe could be similar to mine. Because you want the size. Where else are you going to go for the size? you're going to use a Mastiff. Okay, cool. That's what you want to use. That's your choice. I'm not knocking your recipe. Right? Do you know what comes with using a Mastiff? American Bully, XL Bully breeder? No, they don't. They don't care. They don't care. They just want their look. Okay, you use an American Bully. That's cool because you want that structure. That's good. That's good. That's good because it looks for you. I like some of those American Bully structures. I have American Bullies, so I like the structures on my American Bullies and some of the other ones too that I don't have. So if I'm trying to get a look, like even for me, and I'm going to elaborate more on this too. Hey, Tyrone Stewart, big salute to you, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We cooking tonight. So I'm going to elaborate on this probably on the next episode. You know what I mean? I'm going to elaborate on I call it my phase 3. I'm gonna get in depth. I'm gonna give y'all a little insight on what my future is on my Bandog program. But I can see why some would take a certain type of bully that looks a certain type of way and take it to a certain Mastiff. And I would say this is like a side note because I studied the game, dog game in general. Them Brazilians with the XL Bully, they got the wave. And what I mean by that is they figured out how to make their XL Bullies look extreme, but still have the size and the muscle and all that stuff. They figured out how to make their bullies look like how, like, let's say, for example, Bashar with muscle tone and Rocco and Khan and all them make those extreme pockets. They done figured out how to do that with the XL. Okay. However, if you understand what they did to cook it up, it makes sense. Old English Bulldogs, American Bulldogs. Okay. They used what they use. I know they used those. They also used Dax. They used Thug. They used some Pit Bull. Like, they cooking. They cooking. Okay. I'm sure they added some Mastiff in there too. Right. But they figured out how to get that particular type of look. And the dogs still have a level of drive to it. You know what I mean? So big salute to those Brazilians. I think they call them Pit Bull. They call them Pit Monsters or something like that, man. Big salute to them dogs. But those aren't band dogs. Okay. They are not band dogs. All right. So when my fellow supporter asked me this, I know that is something that's probably been going around the XL Bully community for a while, because I mean, the bully community, just like the pit bull community, they want to throw shade on band dogs. Band dogs have not done anything to none of them. Real talk, right? We're not in the media for anything negative, us band dog breeders and band dog lovers, right? Because it's not that popular yet. It's not. But they want to put the shade that they've created because they're not breeding responsibly on band dogs, especially the pit bull. We already talked about the pit bull community, man. They definitely want to blame it on a band dog. Don't blame us for how y'all breed them pit bulls. Especially the game ones. The game pit bulls, one-trick ponies. Too much inbreeding. Too much. And to be honest with those pit bull breeders of today, not the ones of the past, though, the ones of today, right? They have no clue of how performance dogs are bred. The old timers, them old hillbillies back in the day, they wasn't even giving out their recipe. They had no internet. They was backyard breeding, and they were breeding strictly for performance. They knew how important hybrid vigor was. They knew how to expand their genetic palette with different breeds, different outcrosses, right? They knew how to make love. Like I said, it's a love play, right? When you make love, it's a connection. They knew how to make love with genetics, with the inbreeding, line breeding, outcrossing. They knew how to do that. The old timers did, not these internet dummies who are trying to rush the lab work, right? They don't have enough experience in the experimental stages of breeding to understand that I can't breed too tight when it comes to performance. I can't. I need my genetic palette to be broad so that when I see something that I want genetically from siblings or cousins or relatives, uncles, whatever, then I will take those because I know that those will have a broad genetic palette, and I make love to the genetics and I bring them together, and then they don't fuck up. They don't. The only way you know this is experimenting. But this is performance dog breeding. This is what we do in band dogs. The bully community don't understand this. They only understand phenotype. They'll inbreed. Even if that dog lives 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, as long as it looks the same, that's all they want. That's all they want. That's not how we breed band dogs. Okay, you hearing it from the dog god. I'm in the lab. Y'all know I'll be cooking. I'm in there experimenting, keeping litters, watching them develop, taking the best and intertwining those, making love with those genetics and experimenting to see what happens. Because that's what we do when you're in the lab. That's the only way you're going to know what works and what doesn't. Now, if I followed the formula of the performance game pit bull, I would be in a rut. My dogs will dissipate in performance because I'm following people who don't breed performance dogs regularly. Now, I know I went off on a tangent on this, but this is something that's important for us that do band dogs. Okay. Yes, we want to get to a phenotype that we like. That's the look. That's the overall look. Aesthetically, we want to get to that. And you might want to keep that look because it's, it might be a look that's giving you a lot of attention. It might be a look that's getting you a lot of money because people want that look. So you're like, okay, I gotta keep that. I gotta keep that. Okay. Boom. Now you say, okay, I have to breed dogs with that phenotype. The look. Now I'm gonna tell you this. What the OGs know or knew that us, not even us, I know it, but a lot of these people who's in the internet don't know is the OGs knew to take dogs outside of the genetic pool, real talk, that had the same genotype and phenotype, look similar, acted similar, and they would breed them together and get the same damn look without inbreeding too much. Okay? And they would still produce hybrid vigor. The only way you get hybrid vigor is you're taking two different types of genetics, you're bringing those together, you get an explosion of genetics, an explosion of performance, and it becomes better. It's the only way you get hybrid vigor. These people who understand that, these breeders who understand that, they would do that. They would just make sure they have a dog that was what they wanted. It was the dog. Look, the dog, boom, everything was the dog. Everything, whoop, that's the dog I'm using. And they would find something outside of their own gene pool that looked and that similar. Period. They breed those together, hybrid vigor, boom, get an explosion, get a better dog. Now your genetic palette, and we're going to get back on topic after this. Your genetic palette is so broad that you can inbreed that motherfucker probably for 10 years. If you know what you're doing. You still got to know what you're doing, though, when you're doing it now. You know what I mean? It's not a freestyle. There's still a mathematical equation genetically, but you can probably tighten it up, because your palette is so broad. You added this family with that family. You probably got 5, 6 different families on top and bottom. Because you was breeding for hybrid vigor. Then you got the best on top and bottom. You got the best on the mom side or the dame side. You got the best on the sire side. Both of them is looking, acting the way you want. Then you just inbreed those. You inbreed, you know what I mean? You just, you breed them together. Boom, you take it, brother and sister, you breed those together. You know what I mean? You might take that back to the, man. But see, that's a whole nother, that's a whole nother plate. And we're not talking about that tonight. But I just kind of wanted to, I went off on a tangent, but we're going to get back onto this, man. But that's, that's how deep it is when it comes to these performance dogs. And we know that an XL bully is not a performance dog. Them big old heavy XL bullies are not a performance dog at all. And if it's not a performance dog, then it's not a band dog. It is not a band dog. So even though these individuals breed like us in the sense that they use the same breed types as we might use in the band dog community, their mathematical genetic equation is not the same as ours. Just because you used a Mastiff for size, I might not have used that same Mastiff because it lacks a performance. It lacks functionality. It lacks health. I'm not using that Mastiff that you use. I don't care how big it is. Also, I want to tell y'all this too. Also, if you want a 150-pound band dog, it's not going to be a good performer. You might as well just get you a Mastiff only. If you just want a heavy dog to bite somebody, to protect you, just get a Mastiff without any mixing. Okay? Just get a Mastiff. Get a Neo. Neos are great dogs for that. Get a Neapolitan Mastiff. Great dogs for protection. As far as property protection, get a big old Mastiff. However, we're talking about band dogs, which should be the ultimate protection dog in every aspect of it, performance especially. That's why we add different breeds to the Mastiff. That's why we add different breeds to the bull breeds, so that we can create the ultimate level of protection dog that can perform and be functional, right, and healthy at the same damn time, which is hard to do. Okay? Which is hard to do. This is where we come in, fellas, ladies. This is where we come in. Our expertise, where we draw up and we put together these breeds that showcase what we want to see. Right? They show us what we want in the offspring. Like, okay, I got a, let's say you got a Mastiff, you buy one, Doge Bordeaux, Bull Mastiff, whatever you buy, Neapolitan Mastiff, and you buy it from a performance, right, breeder that breeds the working kind, not the show kind, the working kind. So now you get to have it there. You see it function in its genotype. You get to see its temperament. Like, okay, this dog really is a guard dog. This Mastiff really want a guard. Now let's see, let's say you're watching it roam your property and you see that the performance is lacking in this athleticism. However, it's on point when it comes to its guardianship. Like, oh, okay, all right, I like that, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, he get tired too quick or whatever. He kind of favors his hip. He might have a little bit of dysplasia. You're analyzing this because this is what we do as performance dog breeders. Okay, the XL bully community don't do this. They don't do this. However, we do this. Now, in my lab work, I can have a 180-pound Neo. And I can have me an American Bully standard. Okay. Now, on my end, I see the performance level of this Neo, but the functionality level is not up to my standard. But I got this Bully, which got multiple different bull breeds in it, whatever. Pit bull, bulldogs, whatever. I love the structure of it. Boom. But it's got a little extra credit to it. It's got some tenacity to it. It's got drive. It's functional. Now, my reasoning for breeding, let's say if I took that Bully and bred it to that Neo, my reason is going to be different than the American Bully breeder. The American Bully breeder probably wouldn't even look at that damn Neo for any level of functionality or performance. Wouldn't even look at it. He just wanted because it's 150 pounds, whatever, 180 pounds. It's got big ass man bones. Matter of fact, it's got bigger than man bones. Huge paws, huge rears. 26 inches tall, whatever. 28 inches tall. You're like, oh man, if I throw this into this damn Bully that I got right here, oh, I'm gonna give me some XLs. He does a breeding. I do a breeding. He picks out a totally different puppy than what I'm going to pick out. My lab work was totally different than his. We're not going to pick out the same puppy. I'm improving performance. He just wants to look. He gets the look. I get the performance. I do what I do with the dog. The dog still needs more work. The dog that he picks out looks exactly the way he wanted. I mean, exactly the way he wanted. Color and all. Boom, that's his number one stud right there. Boom. Temperament could be off. Functionality could be off. But his phenotype, A1, A1. People see it. Oh, I want that dog. Oh, man, I got a stud with that dog. Say he got a male. I got a stud with that dog. I want that dog. Okay. That person builds his whole program. The Bully person builds his whole program on that F1 whatever cross that he got. Me, that dog that I keep is just a piece of the puzzle. I got to still keep perfecting it. This guy got a whole program off this damn dog. Real talk. Has a whole program on this F1 cross that he's calling an XL Bully. That as it gets older, it's acting like a Bandog. The XL Bully breeder don't even know it's a Bandog. He don't even know what a Bandog is. But that XL Bully is acting like the Mastiff. Looks like an XL Bully though. Now watch this, world. This is the flip to this. Hey, this is the flip to what I'm talking about. What if the world, right? Not the dog world, but the world get hip. They get real hip to Bandogs. Then they study what we've been talking about all along. The origins, the different breed types. Right? They study it. Like, wait. They're like, wait. They're like, hold on. This is a Bandog. Right? Because they don't know what we're talking about because they're not into the Bandog like we are, right? But they understand the different breeds that make up a Bandog. Then they see how this damn XL Bully is acting. Then they know the world itself, right? Outside looking in, they're like, man, that's a fucking Bandog. Excuse my language, y'all. That's a Bandog. Now, XL Bully is not an XL Bully no more. It's a Bandog. It's a Bandog now. Not an XL, but that's a Bandog. Now we get a bad rep. Because of these irresponsible XL Bully breeders who have no clue what they're cooking up in the lab. Have no clue. They just trying to get a quick buck, make the biggest dog, so they're throwing anything in there to get the size. Let me throw a Mastiff in there. That's what they're doing to my Bully. And now these XL bullies are attacking people, attacking the owners, attacking kids, whatever. And then they get hip to what, the bully breeders get hip to what the Bandog is, and they're like, oh, that's not our breed, that's a Bandog. That's a Bandog. That's not our breed. That's not us. Our dogs are 100% American bully. Those guys with those dogs that attack people, those are Bandogs. Now we catch the bad rep. We get shunned like the American Pit Bull Terrier gets shunned. We get shunned like the XL bully out there in the UK. When we don't even have the same breeding tactics, breeding ethics. We know what we're cooking up. We know the negative outcomes when we mix these performance breeds. We're aware of this as soon as the puppies are born. We're shaping our dogs' minds to teach them early about on, off. Just because it's in you genetically don't mean that you have to use it all the time. We're teaching our offspring that, our productions that, because we know the outcome could be dangerous. We are not these irresponsible, don't understand breeding, don't understand genetic XL bully breeders. They're not doing that. They're just in it for a quick buck. We're in it for performance. That's the only reason why we breeding these warrior type, prey-driven, man-driven type breeds. That's the reason why we're doing it. We're doing it for performance only. Only. The look of it, the phenotype, extra credit. Like that's when we get the icing and the writing and the candles on the cake. When you got a performance dog that performs and functions to the max and it looks exceptional. That's our icing and the cherry and the ice cream and the candles and light the candles. We get to blow it out. That's when that happens. Like, oh man, I produced the ultimate dog. Everything is checked on the list. Check. Did it. Done it. That's harder for us. That's harder for us because we're trying to produce a complete dog. Right? They're not producing a complete dog. Their market does not look for that. Don't even care for it. They don't even pay for that. So I know you guys comprehend the whys and the why not, right? As far as the XL bully is concerned. The why people would think that they're Bandogs, you can understand why. And that's just because of the genetic mathematical equation of the breeds. That's the only reason why. Only. Right? The why not is because they didn't breed those dogs for performance. They didn't breed those dogs for the definition of Bandog. That is the why not. And a lot of people, because they don't have no clue, they can blur the lines. They can pick and choose which one they want to call which one. And for us, because we are breeding these man stoppers, this can hurt us in the long run. What we're doing with Bandogs, it's not tarnished. We're clear. There's not a ban in the UK for Bandogs. There's not a ban in the United States for Bandogs. There might be bans in other areas in other countries, but it's not as many as the pit bull. You know why? Because they're not hip to Bandogs. Bandogs aren't popular. We I'm gonna say I'm included. We are still in our experimental stage. So, you know, no one really, and we're gonna give Lee Robinson his wave because he named his American Sentinels. And there are probably other people outside of Lee Robinson that actually has their Bandog and they have a phenotype and genotype and it's that what it is. He called his American Sentinel. But at the same time, we as a whole, we still in the lab. Okay. I have multiple type of Bandogs. And I'm still in the lab because it's a never ending. It's like every year, if I was breeding a dog every year, I'm trying to get better and better and better. I'm even changing body styles like how they do cars. Because I want to create the ultimate performance working dog every time I breed it. I don't want to create the same. Me. I want it to look better, perform better. Every time I do a breeding, look better, perform better. Look better, perform. I don't want it to look the same. I'm not in it to make, let's say, a Rottweiler and it looks just like a Rottweiler all the time. Okay? I'm not looking for that. Me. Now, others who do what they do, that's their choice. That's their choice. But that's not mine. Okay? Hold on real quick. Let me look outside my window. I hear these dogs going crazy. Hold on. Calm down. Stop it. Stop. Okay, I'm back. I had to take a TV timeout, man. I had to take a TV timeout. Got these damn puppies over there, man, going crazy. Hey, those are them AR-15 Bandogs. And then I also have what is she? She's Cowboy times Tiny. So I took my boy Cowboy, which is an American bully, and he acts like a freaking game pit bull, but also have man drive too. Looks and acts like a game pit bull, but has man drive. And I bred him to my pit bull bitch Tiny, and I produced this one bitch, right? I actually had 3 puppies, but I kept one. Okay. This particular bitch right here, okay, she is, man, she tried to kill, well, she's the ringleader in that Red Tiger assassination. They tried to assassinate my boy Red Tiger Jr. Y'all remember I told y'all that story, right? She's the ringleader in that, right? She's the pack leader. So they follow her, right? She tried to assassinate my boy Red Tiger Jr. I saved his life. They assassinated my high performance bully pick bitch. Okay. She was the ringleader in that. And now, okay, there's a pack. There's a 5 of them in a pack. There's her and the rest AR-15 Bandog. She's the ringleader with them, but they trying to knock her off. But she ain't getting knocked off. she's not getting knocked off, right? Because she gonna fight to the end, and she gonna take as many of them out as possible. So they steadily plotting against her. You know what I'm saying? So she was over there she was just set tripping the click over there. So I had to go ahead and take a TV timeout. But anyway, we back. Everybody's cool. God is good. What'd you say, Tyrone Stewart? You said my dog came from American Sentinel. Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And like, you know, I've always given Lee Robinson his respect just based off the fact that he has his program. He's been doing this program for a while. He knows his stuff when it comes to his dogs. So we always going to give, fellow dog men salute. You know what I mean? So I'm going to always give him his respect. However, the beautiful thing about us in this Bandog community, being that it's an infant stage, is that we can create our own. You know what I'm saying? Like, we as individuals can create and be okay and be saluted by our creations, just like Mr. Lee Robinson is saluted for his creation. So big salute to you, Tyrone, and big salute to Lee Robinson. Okay. But like I was telling y'all before I got interrupted by my damn dogs outside, these damn puppies, I like the fact that every time I do a production, I can get better in all aspects of it. I don't have to keep a phenotype just one way. I can progress the phenotype and progress the performance at the same damn time every time I do a breeding. And hopefully, if being that, it's a business as well, right? It's not just a hobby for me. We talked about the dog business, right? It's a business for me too. My consumers who like the dogs I produce will be as excited for the ones that they did receive that they love, as much excited as the ones I'm going to produce that might act and look differently. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, what you gonna do next with this particular line of dogs? What can I expect? To where, if I build my brand the way I want to with the Formula One canines, then anytime I do a breeding, it's like, man, I gotta get that one too, coach. I gotta get that one too, coach. And that's how I want it. You know what I mean? That's how I want it. Hold on, let me look outside real quick again. I apologize. Let me look outside real quick. Calm down. Chill out. All right, I'm back. I apologize, you guys. So anyway, I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful, and I wanted to make sure that I specify and I break this down when it comes to XL American Bullies and Bandogs, just like I did with the Pit Bull Crosses and Bandogs. You understand what I'm saying? Like this right here, I don't want this blurred line between the Bandog and the XL Bully to ruin what we are trying to do with these Bandogs. I'm not going to allow that to happen on my watch because I put too much time and effort. I spent too much money. I'm dealing with puppies as we speak who have this personality that I'm trying to teach the on-off switch to, right? I'm teaching them. I put way too much time and effort into what I'm doing with the Bandog. To have people who don't think a quarter of what I think when it comes to breeding these type of dogs. They don't even think a quarter of what I think at all. Like real talk. They don't even think a quarter of it. So I have to make sure that I draw the line and show that it's not blurred, right? Show that it's a distinct line. It's a line. It's drawn. You got XL Bully. You got Bandog. They are not the same. They are not bred the same. They do not perform the same. Their temperament is not the same. Their owners are not the same. I have to draw the line because if I do not draw the line now, when we as a Bandog community get on the level where we are getting top tier dollars for a complete dog, right? People are paying us top dollar for a complete dog. Health is checked out, boom, check. Functionality is checked out, check. Performance is checked out, check, right? Temperament is checked out, check. On-off switch is checked out, check. The look is checked out. We're getting top tier dollar because everything that we've done in our lab work is complete. It's complete. We know when we sell our dogs to our consumers, right? We got an owner's manual. Comes with it. Right? Comes with an owner's manual. You as the consumer, when you buy this dog, know that this dog does this. You as an owner better know how to do this. Make sure you're breaking your dog this way, that way. You like it's complete. It's a process for us. It's a process for us. And being that we know it's a process, okay, we can't let these other breeds who are so-called established try to throw us into their bullshit, try to throw us into their faults. Because that's what I see happening today. I see that happening. And right now, for me, as a fellow dog man, performance dog man who breed performance dogs, and I actually have band dogs, I'm grateful that I'm able to do what I do with my dogs. I'm grateful that I dictate the price of my dogs. I'm grateful that you can't buy my dogs nowhere else but from me, unless I give a consumer of mine the recipe. And then he's breeding or she's breeding like me. Then I can be like, okay, well, I ain't got it. Go holler at my partner over there. He got the recipe. He got some puppies on the ground. He breed like me. You gonna get the dogs like me. Boom. Other than that, can't nobody dictate what I'm doing. Can't nobody say, man, the band dogs is doing this. Not my band dog. Not my band dog. Could be yours. Could be Lee Robinson's. No disrespect to Lee, whoever it is, right? But it's not mine. It's not the dog gods. And I dictate the market. I dictate my reputation on my dogs. That's the beauty of what we have going on right now. And we do not want these XL bully breeders to mess that up for us. I'm not going to let them do it. For me. And watch this. Like I said, I'm going to elaborate more on this too on my next episode too. We're going to talk more about that. But even when I decided to buy some bullies for my program to create what I call my performance bullies and stuff like that, like me personally, I'm not even going to do bullies anymore. I don't even want nothing to do with bullies. Me, I'm not. I don't even want to be a part of that community no more. Just like even when I told y'all about my pit bulls, like I created my own line of pit bulls. I don't want to be a part of the pit bull community, the APBT community. I don't want to even be a part of their community. I don't want to be a part of the bully community. I don't want to be a part of the pit bull community. I'm going to be a part of my own. Right? Because I want to dictate my dogs. I don't want the people who don't know how to breed like me, who don't know how to nurture a dog's mind like me, who don't understand performance dogs. I don't want my dogs and my program associated with them. They're not responsible. I'm responsible. I take pride in what I'm producing. They don't. I'm willing to take my time with the process. They not. I am. Right? So then why would I want to associate myself with the breed if I don't do what they do? My dogs don't perform how they perform. My dogs aren't built how they built. My dogs don't look how they look. Why would I do it? Well, I mean, yeah, I understand why to a degree, because we're trying to piggyback off of a wave. And if you're in business, right? If you're in business, then it's easier to follow a wave that's already established. I get it. Now, if the wave is tarnished because we weren't at the forefront of the wave, like the ones in the beginning of those waves, they were able to capitalize on that because it was before it was tarnished. The bully wave is tarnished. right? Their lies came out in the open, it's tarnished. They've been paper hanging, it's tarnished. The American Pit Bull Terrier is tarnished. The lies, the paper hanging, all the shit, the certain type of people involved in it is tarnished. Why, me as a dog man, should I piggyback off a tarnished wave? I'm not going to get ahead that way. I'm already behind. I'm behind the 8 ball if I follow that. And so being that I understand this, I'm willing to step outside that wave, create my own. I'd rather take my performance bullies, which we'll elaborate more on next episode, take my performance bullies that I bred to have that bully size, but pit bull performance. And I might go ahead and not even might, I'm going to implement that into my Bandog program. That's what I'm going to do. At first, I was trying to create a bully line called Performance Bullies, and I did. But I don't want to be even associated with bully. I don't. Okay, I don't. People ask me about AK and its offspring, and they'll tell me, oh, ain't no such thing as a XL pit bull. There ain't no such thing as a double XL pit bull. I said, you know what? I never said it was an American Pit Bull Terrier. I told you it's a XL Pit Bull Draco. That's what it is. Not an American Pit Bull Terrier. It's an XL Pit Bull Draco. Okay. Now, for those who might have XL Pit Bulls to their dogs, that's their dogs. Their dogs are not my dogs. Mine are XL Pit Bull Dracos. Okay. When I produce the double XL Pit Bull Choppers, they're not American Pit Bull Terriers. They are double XL Pit Bull Choppers. Do you want a double XL Pit Bull Chopper? Or do you want an American Pit Bull Terrier? If you want an American Pit Bull Terrier, go buy you a standard American Pit Bull Terrier. Go do it. There's plenty of them. And they're cheaper too. Go do that. However, if you want one that looks like AK-47 Chopper and perform better than your game Pit Bulls, but is bigger, stronger, and faster, then you're going to cop one of these double XL Pit Bull Dracos, double XL Pit Bull Choppers. You want one a little bit smaller than AK, but still perform and look and all that shit, you can get an XL Pit Bull Draco. See, that's my shit. I control the narrative of that dog. I control the narratives of my Bandogs. I do. And so for us as Bandog breeders, we need to control the narrative of our Bandogs. Do not let people confuse you. And I'm not saying that's what y'all are doing, but I got to stress this to you guys now because it's going to happen soon. Don't let them confuse you and try to blend Bandogs with XL bullies and blend Bandogs with pit bull mixes. Do not let them confuse you. All right. All right. Let me answer some of y'all questions too, man. And I'm gonna tap back more in. And I'm sorry that I haven't, I'm watching y'all comments. So don't think I'm not seeing y'all's comments, but I have to get my point across. Plus, I'm dealing with, knuckleheads out there acting a fool when they know I'm not out there. So I do apologize for that. Let's see. Okay, so Tyrone Stewart said, I'm gonna put you up on the screen, Tyrone. Tyrone said, I'm learning so much hearing about bully versus Bandog. Me, I've always known it, Tyrone. But like I mentioned earlier on in this podcast, man, that I had a supporter reach out to me and ask me that. He asked me, what's the difference between a XL bully and a Bandog? So it brought me this to where it's like, we should talk about this. Because I'm sure, like you, right? You've probably had that question maybe asked to you before. Maybe you just had it in your own head. Like, What's the difference? You know what I mean? So it's good that we are talking about this tonight. And it was important for me to talk about it tonight because I don't want the lines to be blurred. Like I said, I've worked too hard. My work is not even done. My work is ongoing with these performance band dogs. I do not want these people who do not think the way I think ruin it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I do not want them to ruin it for me. Okay. Hopefully for y'all too, if y'all take it as serious as I do. Okay. Because these people who do bullies do not think like us. And I do not want my dogs, which I consider a band dog by title, to be blended in with an XL bully. Hell no, I got XL bullies. I got double XL bullies. They do not act like my band dogs. I only have one bully who acts like a pit bull and a band dog. His name is Cowboy. That's just by a freak of nature that his temperament is like that. I didn't buy him for a band dog. I bought an American bully. He just so happens to look and then act like a band dog. Like he looks like a pit bull, but he acts like a band dog. Like he don't play when it comes to strangers. He do not play. And he will give you the business. Okay. So let's see what else we got, man. He said, Coach, would you consider a dogo a band dog? Well, man, Carolina Blue, if the people who established that as a breed call it a dogo, then we got to call it a dogo. You know what I mean? Like, we have to call it a dogo because they've perfected their genetic pool, their genetic mix to get a certain type of look without having to continue to mix dogs. We know for a fact that these XL bully breeders are still mixing dogs. First of all, the American bully is still a mixed breed. They still mixing dogs to this day. The dogo, I haven't studied the dogo, but I'm sure that they're established with their genetics. You know, they're just taking dogos to dogos, dogos to dogos, dogos to dogos. They're the F1s, F2s, F3s, and back to dogos and dogos. I'm pretty sure that's done. I'm not positive, Carolina Blue, but I'm sure it's done. You know, I'm sure it's done because they're not in it for looks like the American bully. They're in it for performance. Them dogos have to perform. So if the dogo is not too big or if the dogo is big, as long as that dogo performs for its task, its job, that's all they're looking for. That dog's hunting pigs, whatever they wanted to hunt, and it's at a high level, whether it's small or big, that's all they want. At least that's what I would want as a working dog. So I would say no, Carolina Blue, just based off of what those people who established that breed already did. You know what I'm saying? Already done, past tense. They already did all their mixes and stuff. You know what I mean? Their breed is established. The XL bully, totally different, man. They still mixing and stuff because they want to try to make the newest shit. The newest look is what the American bully is about. The dogo is about performance. So if that dog is already bred to perform, why would you change it? You know what I mean? You know, they're not thinking like me, right? Like I mentioned earlier, they're not thinking like me, Carolina Blue, where every time I do a breeding, I want to make it look better, perform better, look better, perform better, look better, perform better. That's how I'm thinking with my band dogs. I'm not trying to establish a band dog breed. I'm grateful that my palette is wide and I can keep increasing the performance and the look, the functionality. I can keep doing it and be honest. Like, oh, I noticed my dog was breaking down, Carolina. So I added another breed to it that I felt that I was missing that could help that breakdown and build me back up. And I can tell you that. And then let's say that dog looks even better, performs better. I can tell you the truth. Like, well, I mean, Carolina Blue, like my shit was breaking down, man. And, you know, I can't have that breakdown. You know, anytime I do a breeding, it's got to get better. So I went in the lab, did some mathematics, saw this dog dissected it, studied it, studied the genetics, said, oh, that'll be perfect for this, and threw it in there. Hybrid vigor, boom, boom. I mean, some better shit. Now we applauding, you know what I'm saying? Us Bandog breeders, we applauding that. Like, yo, you did it, coach. You did it. You did it, dog God. And I ain't gotta lie to you and be like, oh no, it's the same shit, man. I didn't mix nothing in there. Carolina Blue, I didn't mix nothing in there. I didn't, I ain't got a lie to kick it. So the Dogo, I'm gonna say no, Carolina Blue. I'm gonna say no. All right. Okay, Carolina Blue also said, he said, but coach, he says, you don't to remember the outside can't tell the difference. A pit bull, Bandog, or bully is all the same to them. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Okay, but see, we're not talking to them, Carolina Blue. This conversation is not for them. You know what I mean? We're talking to people who understand the difference, right? We understand because we study dogs. We understand dogs. We understand what a Bandog is. We understand what an American Pit Bull Terrier is. We understand what an American Bully is. People from the outside shouldn't be in this conversation. It's not for them. Okay? They're naive. This is above their mental grade, their understanding. This is above their comprehension. This is for people who cook up dogs, who make dogs, who understand performance, who understand different breeds. This is for them, us. This is not for the outside looking in, right? Because even if they watch this, it will be above them. They've never bred dogs. They've never analyzed dogs. They've never kept whole litters. They've never had to cull anything out. You know what I mean? They've never had to do all this. Only us. So you can't explain this. You can, but it's over their head. Real talk, it's foreign language. They look at a dog, oh, it looks like a pit bull, they're going to call it a pit bull. Right? If they knew what a Bandog is and what the Bandog does, oh, that dog is vicious. It's a Bandog. That's what they're going to call it. Like, no, I ain't no goddamn Bandog. What you talking about? So what we're talking about is way above their mental grade, way above their understanding. This is only for us, and even only a few of us understand this stuff. Only the people that do it, like I do, right? And maybe some of you. Okay. So salute to you on that. Let's see what else we got, man. All right, salute to you, Tyrone. Tyrone said, people don't know about Bandogs when I walk or talking about them. Yeah, they don't. And for Tyrone, for us out here who do Bandogs, that's a great thing because we can control the narrative now. We can control the narrative because we really do have the dog that could be banned on top of all bands of any breed ever created. Bandogs, because of what they are bred to do, what their definition is. So being that the people don't know about them and we can control the narrative of these dogs is good for us. All right. Now, I've talked about this before. I always like to recap because everything plays, whether it be past, present, or today. It's playing right now. All right. So I've talked about this dog that I sold, an AR-15 Bandog, to one of my clients out there in New York who's a dog man, got multiple dogs, all kind of dogs, into protection dogs, into working dogs, all that stuff. Okay. When he bought the dog from me, he was excited about the genetic cook-up with those AR-15 Bandogs. He was excited about it. He knew about the foundation I got my dogs from because he's a fan of those dogs back in the day. He knew about what I mixed it with, all that stuff. So he was excited. And he had the dog. I got it as a puppy. I think he got it at 3 months. Okay, he had a whole bunch of other dogs, game pits, various mastiff crosses. Like, he got dogs. Okay, he's a dog man like me. He's got dogs. He's really into working dogs. Anyway, long story short, he gets the dog from me. And then he tells me, dog's like 6 months old. He's like, man, coach, this dog is soft. I'm like, why you say that? He's like, man, it's just a little lovely little cupcake, man. All the other dogs be over there trying to check him and stuff like that. He kind of keeps his distance. I told him, I said, look, family, that dog is doing exactly what I put in him. And I emphasize it to him That dog is using his brain. That dog at 6 months is not going to challenge your game adult pit bull. That dog at 6 months should not challenge your fucking Rottweiler, adult Rottweiler, male. That dog at 6 months should not challenge your fucking Mastiff, different breed cross dogs. You know why? Because I put an on and off switch in him. He's supposed to be lovey-dovey right now. He's supposed to be using his brain right now. I said, just give it some time, man. Don't rush my dogs. I told him that. Do not rush my dogs. Remember what I told you about my dogs? Love on them for the first year. Remember I told you that? Just love on them. All right, and that was that, right? Fast forward. Had a situation where you put a dog in the corner and it has to react. Now the dog is reacting on its instincts. Okay? Not because it wants to, but it has to. And you put in a pressured situation at 9 months old. And based off that pressured situation, it has to react on what I put in the dog. And the dog damn near kills your game dog, your adult game dog. Your adult game dog damn near kills it. Thank God you was there to save your game dog. Okay, now you think differently about that dog, right? Now you seeing what you wanted to see in a dog at 6 months. Why you want to see that in a dog at 6 months? The dog is a child. But see, this is what we are conditioned to believe in these type of dogs. Okay, that's why I say we need to control the narrative of these dogs. Okay, I controlled the narrative of that dog I sold my client. When he was trying to tell me that dog was soft, I was telling him, no, that dog is exactly what I put in the dog to be. I want him to use his brain or her to use her brain. I do not want her to turn on her switch. I got puppies that I just went out there right now, was over there trying to kill each other. That y'all heard I had to go and take a little TV time out. Now, because I've been establishing that understanding with them since they were born, when I go out there and I negate it and I stop it, I get their attention, they stop. I had to go out there and get their attention. But as soon as they knew that I was there, they stopped. Imagine if I didn't nurture that on and off switch and they just acted on their instincts. I would have dead dogs there. I would have puppies who are 7 months old killing each other. I've already seen it happen. So I'm controlling the narrative of my dogs, Tyrone, if that makes sense. And most people don't understand this narrative, and it's good that they don't understand what these band dogs can do. You understand? So it's good that you, Tyrone, can explain to those people who ask you about band dogs what a band dog is, right? And give them an understanding so that they don't think, oh my God, a band dog. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of naive people out here in the world. Okay. And there's a lot of people who expect dogs to be a certain type of way when they should expect them to be that way right away. Take your time with these damn dogs. Okay. Hey, big salute to you, Justin. I don't know if this is your first time coming out, man, but if it is, big salute to you. We do this every Thursday night. Go back in time, man. Go back to episode 1 and just, put your headphones on if you at work or in the yard, whatever. You just want to hear some dog conversation, just plug in, man. You can multitask on my content. All you got to do is listen. And there's game on top of game on top of game that you can apply now. So big salute to you, Justin, man. Thank you. What do you say? He said, made it in to the live. Great show tonight. No, big salute to you, Justin. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate your support. I really, 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 really do, man. Corey, I said, you're so right. All them groups be having their heads in their ass. Yeah. You're right. You're right. But see, we in our own group, right? We pioneers in this band dog thing. And we can control the narrative, like I was saying to Tyrone. We can control the narrative, and we can do this responsibly. Responsibly. And that even ties into who I am with Formula One canines. Like, for you to have a car built like a Formula One race car, you got to cross your T's and dot your I's multiple times on top of one. You got to test. You got to be safe. You got to have on-off switches. You got to have the computer. You know what I mean? You got to have everything precise when you're dealing with the fastest race cars in the world. With every performance part, the best of the best parts, the best of the best engineers. That's what we can do here with these Bandogs. Us as breeders, we need to be the best of the best. And being that we're not breeding a dog that is going to be illegal, right? Like, I'm not breeding my dogs to fight each other, even though I know they will. I'm not breeding them to do that. I do not allow that mentally, right? Even though it's in them, right? They got, just like us as human, right? We're not really as humans bred and put on this earth to fight each other, even though we fight. It's just how it goes, right? Wars all over the world. We have disagreements, we fight. Same thing with dogs. But at the same time, we're supposed to be peaceful until there's a reason to fight. Same thing that I have to give to my dogs, my band dogs that I breed, the on-off switch. Okay. If there's a conflict, y'all might have to scrap it out. However, there should be resolve in that, because you guys aren't enemies in reality. You're not enemies in reality. We're a pack. You fight, brothers and sisters fight, we, kiss and make up afterwards. Lick each other's wounds. Okay. That is what I instill in my band dogs mentality. That's what I do. And not everybody do that, but I do. Okay. But this is the process. This is what we have to do when we're creating these dogs. This is what we got to pick, when we decide to breed dogs that have an apparent, obvious on-off switch with all the drives that we love that they have. Like, all the killer drives, we love that. But that dog that has awareness to know when to use it and when not to use it. Oh man, that dog got a brain. That dog got a brain. That dog got common sense. I like that dog. I don't like them dogs with no common sense now. All right, so let's see what else we got. Okay, just in time, he said, I have been studying your channel for a while. When creating my own breed, it's an honor to be in the building. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And I would hope I inspire all dog men and women to do the same. Let's get in the lab. Especially when we're doing performance dogs, let's get in the lab. Every dog created by mankind is a selective breeding, mixed breed process. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. So all these breeds that we have been known to love were created by man, mixed breeding and selective breeding. All facts. Do your research on every breed. So the fact that we know that this is how our favorite breeds of dogs are created, why can't we? And if we do band dogs, of course we can do it. Of course we can do it. And we don't have to lie to kick it. We don't have to paper hang and lie like these breeds do today, like these breeders do today. They lie. They lie. They lie. They lie. We don't have to lie, man. So no, it's an honor for you to, come on to the live. I'm grateful that you support me as well, man. I'm here to support you as well, man. I'm here to motivate you to keep on going, keep on pushing, keep on creating. What else we got here, man? Who else got something to say? Okay, so Tyrone said, my puppy is 11 months, but he don't want to do prey work. So should I be patient with him? Of course. Tyrone. He's a puppy. Don't rush puppies. Don't do it. Be patient with your puppy. My question to you would be, do you have other dogs? If you have another dog with prey drive, then that dog will bring the prey drive. If your dog, let's say if that puppy of yours was bred to have prey drive, but it hasn't turned on yet, put it around another dog with prey drive. It'll turn on. It'll turn on. That will definitely help you bring that out a lot faster, for sure. And we talked about this on previous episodes. Caesar Milan, right? The dog whisperer. Whenever he had a situation where he couldn't rehabilitate a dog, a problem dog, guess what he would do? He would take it to his pack, and the pack would rehabilitate it. If the dog had any type of brain, like it wasn't a dumbass dog, the pack would rehabilitate it, because dogs are pack animals. So it would see the other dogs doing something, and then they will get in line. And the other dogs will check that dog to get in line with the pack. Because if not, then they would beat that dog's ass. Excuse my language, but that's what they would do. That dog would get disciplined by the pack. So it would either not want to get disciplined and be tired of him, but okay, I'll comply, or it'll just be a dumb dog and then it'll probably get killed. And I'm sure, Caesar Milan, he couldn't have the dogs get killed, right? Because then he probably get sued for that. So he would check it. You know what I'm saying? He would check it. Okay, so you said you got a girl. Okay, so just be patient and let that female do it. If that female has prey drive, then put that other 11-month puppy with her, and put that dog in scenarios where that puppy sees that female go after something that's prey, and it will eventually comply, because that's what helps me, Tyrone. I have multiple dogs, and they all have a level of performance and personality, and then they all try to copy each other, which is pretty amazing to see. Like they really do. And I know Bill. Hey, Bill, I know you see that too with your little pack too. You know what I mean? How they'll start to try to copy and play follow the leader and compete. So that brings out things that you want to see in your dogs that you might have a harder time getting out of that dog yourself. You know what I mean? Other than that, just be patient, man. Be very patient, and then slowly introduce your puppy to scenarios. Don't expect it just to pick it up right away. Just slowly introduce it and let it just kind of get its understanding. But if you have another dog, it'll speed up that process. You know what I mean? It always does, at least for me. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. All right, back to the topic at hand. An XL bully is not a band dog. Period. Do not confuse the two. Do not let somebody define it as such, as like what we broke it down. Right? Well, aren't the XL bullies mixed with Mastiff? Yes. Well, isn't it a band dog? No. Why? Does it perform as a band dog? And was it bred as a band dog? No and no. Okay, but it's not a band dog. Done, right? In the subject. Click. Hang the phone up. Click. Done. You ain't got to go and over explain it. It's as simple as that. It really is as simple as that. People will try to confuse you to believe that it's not. But for those of us who understand what a band dog is, it's not confusing to us. Those of us who breed them, those of us who might have bullies and band dogs on the yard, know the difference. Okay, I have a double XL bully on my yard. His name is the GOAT. Okay, he has attitude, he has drive, but he don't have man drive. Okay, he don't have man drive though. I can have my homeboys come over, have a stranger come over. He see you, he's not trying to get at you. He's cautious. but he's not trying to get at you. Is he a Bandog? No. Could he have a mastiff in his blood somewhere? Probably. I don't know. You know what I mean? I can't go back and unhang those papers, but he is a pretty extreme big dog. Could have it in there. I don't know. Okay. Is AR-15 a Bandog? Yeah. Does he have Mastiff in him? Yeah. Does he have American Bulldog in him? Yeah. Does he have Pitbull in him? Yeah. Does he have Boxer in him? Yeah. Will he do something to a man? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Does he have maximum prey drive? Oh, yeah, he has maximum prey drive. Is he fast? Oh, yeah. Is he agile? Oh, yeah. Is he functional? Oh, yeah. Right? So when I go through that definition of a Bandog and I look at AR-15 and I look at GOAT, I can tell you straight up and down which one is and which one is not. Even though if I put some weight on AR-15, the only thing that would throw you off is the snout because he got an underbite. But if I let this boy eat like crazy, like I'm sure that he would want to do, and put some heavy weight on him, you know, he might look like an XL bully without the underbite. I got his ears cropped, all that shit. Hold on real quick, y'all. Chill out. All right. I'm back. So we don't want to be confused, man. And I want to make sure that you guys are not confused. Okay. And that's why we're talking about this evening, because we don't want no confusion. And right now we are in a good spot. Matter of fact, we're in a great spot. We're in a great spot. And like I said, next week we got a good topic, man. Okay. And it's going to be more on what I'm doing on my phase 3. I'm gonna get more in detail about my phase 3. I talked about this briefly to my subscribers on IG who subscribe to my subscription content, my exclusive subscription content. We talked about, you know, my phase 3 briefly. I kind of told them what I was planning on doing, but I'm going to elaborate a little bit more when it comes to the Bandogs. And we're going to talk about the subject matter as far as maybe, not even maybe, but, you know, I'm deciding to incorporate my performance bullies that I've created, being that I'm just getting out of the American bully lane. I'm getting out of that. I'm not interested in American bullies anymore. And even me trying to create a performance line of American bullies, I don't even want to be a part of that community no more, personally. So, you know, talking about my phase 3 of my program, I'm going to talk about that part and how I can incorporate what I've done with my performance bully line to my Bandog line. You know what I mean? And like I told y'all before, with my Bandogs, I have different variations of Bandogs. I have my Formula 1 Bandogs, it's a whole different type. I have my AR-15 Bandogs, whole different type. And I have an AK-74 Bandog, whole different type. Okay. Still, man, all 3 are man stoppers. Okay. With prey drive, but they're all different type, performance levels, phenotypical levels, etc. So we're gonna dig deeper into that on next week's topic. So y'all do not miss that one, man, because I'm gonna let y'all in the lab. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of get, you know, be able to pick my brain a little bit and see what I'm thinking when it comes to these dogs, man. But I want to encourage you guys, before I get off the line with y'all, I want to encourage you guys to be creative, man. Be creative. Do not be afraid of the journey of what I call the road less traveled, the pioneer. We talked about that too. Don't be afraid of that. It will eventually pay off if you take your journey and your craft and your artistry as a dog man or dog woman seriously. It will eventually pay off if you take it serious. Okay? Do not get discouraged. Okay. Do not follow the trends. Trends fade away every time. And you will always be following them. And you'll be that much further behind as you keep changing. If you're not the starter of a trend and you're following trend, you're never going to last in the dog game. If you take it as a business, you're never going to last. You have to be ahead of the trend and be a part of the trend starting to be in tune with that Ponzi scheme, the Ponzi scheme of a trend. But if you're like, oh, these guys are making money, I'm doing what they're doing, you won't last. You won't. So if you're doing performance dogs, band dogs in particular, get in tune with that now before it takes off. Okay. Start perfecting your craft now before it take off. Because when it does, and it's only a matter of time when it does, the ones like myself and whoever else is serious about it, who's been working at it, trying to perfect it, working at it since day one, before it becomes a big fad, and people are like, man, I need something to protect my family and shit. I need something that's healthy. I'm gonna spend some money on the dog. I need it to look good, perform good, function good, be healthy, etc. I'm gonna spend that type of money. You know, like get in tune with it now before it takes off. Because me in the lab, me creating my dogs, you guys, as a testimony to you guys coming in, doing these dogs, what I've asked for my dogs, I've gotten for my band dogs. The bully market, unless you're creating a certain type of bully and you're part of a certain group of people who make them bullies, you're not going to make the money that you thought you was going to make. Real talk. Like I said, I'm a witness. I was getting a certain level of price and certain amount of money before. Now with the bully game and what's going on with it, and of course it's the sign of the times, right? We know it's tough times for people. But what I asked for my band dogs, I got. Period. With the bully game, there's so many variations, so many people selling them, so many different prices. You got to deal with that. You might have the better bully, but because homeboy down the street selling shit for $500, you got to sell your shit for 400. What? Or if you're not part of this group of people with their Ponzi scheme, you're not going to get the money they're getting. Because the trend done changed. And you're not, you're not following their trend. You got your own wave, but you're in the bully game. So stay in tune with what you're doing with these performance dogs, you guys, okay? Stay encouraged. It's a process, okay? However, eventually, we're going to get our just due. We will. And I already see it because I'm already getting my just due now. I'm in the beginning stages of what I'm doing. I've been doing my band dog program for 4 years? I produced my first official band dog 4 years ago. Because AR-15 and his sisters are 4 years old. So I've been doing my shit for 4 years. And been setting my narrative since then. Selling my dogs for the price that I asked for since then. People are requesting what I have to offer since then. So I see the future, even though I'm living in the present. I just see it. Who knows what it's going to be, right, you guys? However, in the present, I see it working towards the future, if that makes sense. Okay. And like I said, I control the narrative of that. Nobody else controls it. No one else controls it. I do. So that's what we can do with these band dogs. World, dog man and dog woman. We can control the narrative of it. We can control everything, every aspect of it. Like I said, it's like us having our own car brands. You might be Rolls Royce, I might be Lamborghini, homeboy might be Ferrari, homeboy might be Bentley, you know what I mean? She might be. That's what we got with the band dogs. We have that ability right now to create our own brand of performance band dogs. But see, there's levels to everything that we do. Everything in life, there's levels to it. And if you're not thinking like me, I'm the example for y'all to follow. If you're not thinking like me, Formula One level, the highest of the high level, you ain't gonna be able to compete when this thing takes off. As far as band dogs, understand the definition of it. When band dogs take off, and you're not thinking like I'm trying to teach you guys how to think now, you're gonna get left behind, man. You're gonna be so far behind. You be in the lab trying to do your F1s, F2s, and shit, and you be experimenting and failing, and you know what I mean, getting pieces here, but you know, you be too far behind. Because you should have been thinking about this when coach was talking about this, when the dog guy was talking about this. Y'all should be thinking like that then, so that you're that much further ahead when the wave take off. Like, oh shit, thank God coach was talking this shit. Back in them band dog talks, he been telling us this stuff a long time ago. Thank God I was listening, taking notes. I was taking notes. I was doing my breedings like the dog I was talking about. I was keeping litters like the dog I was saying. I was making complete dogs like the dog I was saying. I was making them complete. I was putting on-off switches in them so the dogs won't blow up. Dogs won't be liabilities. Dogs have good temperaments. I was making sure they was functional, frames, brains, and motors, just like the dog I was talking about, frames, brains, and motors. I was making sure they look good too, because I know the people like shit. People love them phenotypes to look a certain type of way. Remember the dog I was telling them dogs got to look a certain type of way to get that money. I hope y'all paying attention. Like I said, I don't come on here Thursday nights just to be over here talking. I come over here Thursday nights to talk to you guys, to fellowship with you guys, fellow dog men and dog women, to give y'all some game, man. Give y'all some stuff that y'all can really apply now to your program, to your thought process. You know what I mean? Giving you insight that really do work. Like I said, I don't know everything, but I know enough. And the reason why is because I'm in the field. I'm what they call a player coach. I play the game and I coach the game too. I play and then I coach myself. The mistakes I make, I go in the classroom and I deal with the mistakes I make. I try not to make them again. The successes, I go in the classroom, I capitalize on the successes and I try to keep doing what I was doing to be successful. Then I come on here Thursday nights to give y'all the game, to give y'all the playbook, break down the playbook, express the playbook, let y'all fucking study it, understand it, ask questions, and then y'all apply it. Be like, man, coach, the shit worked. Thank you, coach. Oh, it's all good, family. It's all good, man. That's what I'm here for. Because I want to see us win with these band dogs. I want us who do band dogs to get the most money out of any breed of dog created, because we are breeding complete dogs from A to Z. Our dogs are completely built. Complete. When they see my dog looking like a damn bodybuilder or looking like an athlete, okay, top tier looking athlete, like, damn, that dog looking like it can do, it does it. What you see is what it does. Like, oh my God, that dog does it. Wow, oh my, and it does it at a high level, at the highest level. Even though that dog can kill you and your damn horse, if there's not a threat, it's not going to kill you and your horse. It's going to love you and your horse. Like, wow, that dog can kill. Yeah, it can, but it's not. It's not. Your son, your daughter, your child can take that killer and be rough with it, agitated. And that killer, because, you know, us as breeders know how to put them computers in them. And we put the brains in that damn dog to have awareness to say, that is a child. Yeah, it's playing with me and agitating me, but that's a child. And it's not a threat. That child is not hurting me. My breeder put the maximum pain threshold in me. I could take bites from this, hits from that. This child pulling my tail, pulling my ear, whatever it's doing, hitting me with the car, throwing stuff at me. That don't faze me. That's what we should be creating. That's what I'm teaching you guys as Bandog breeders, if you're doing bad, or performance dogs, whatever. I'm teaching y'all to think like this when you're putting your dogs together, man. Because this is how we're going to get paid in the end, man. Because we'll be able to guarantee this to our consumer. Right? I could tell you as my consumer, come through. Or I can bring one of these killers over to you, right? And you be intimidated when you see it. You be intimidated. Oh, everybody's scared because you know how people see it. Oh, they scared, tense. And I can tell you, hey man, relax, just relax. Okay, the dog can see you. You know he can see that. He can feel you scary. You making the dog uneasy. But I'm gonna tell you, just relax. Okay, relax. Now, come to the dog. Okay, put your hand out there. Relax. Pet him. Now, because I'm there with that dog. And I've instilled what I instilled in this computer. The dog understands that, you know what, this person, daddy's okay with me. He can pet me. He don't pet me. And he's nervous, but I know that everybody's nervous with me. So I'm going to act accordingly because I know that this person is just really scared and he's not a threat. There's levels to this, what I'm teaching y'all. And I hope you guys are paying attention on these lives. Okay. So I want to give everybody a shout out again. Make sure y'all show up again on Thursday, but show up every Thursday, man. I only do this one time a week, man. So much game, but make sure y'all show up next Thursday. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I get in the studio. Hold on. Am I in there? Y'all hear me in there? Hold on, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Can y'all hear me? All right, cool. My bad. My bad. Technical difficulties, man. I apologize for that. But anyway, make sure y'all show up next Thursday. Okay. Show up next Thursday. I got a good cook up. Y'all gonna get into the mind of the dog god. And that's next Thursday. I'm gonna break everything down for y'all on my phase 3. Kind of give you guys a little insight on what I'm thinking, the direction that I'm gonna be going. And I don't necessarily know the future. However, genetically, I think I have, a good plan of action. Especially being that my whole agenda with what I've been doing with my dogs, you guys, has been performance based. From day one, like from when I got into pit bulls back in 97 to now, here we are 2024, and I'm doing my own pit bulls, I'm doing my own bulldogs, I'm doing my own band dogs. I even got a performance French bulldog program that I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? It's something that is more on the back burner, but I've already started it. You know what I'm saying? So, this phase 3 that we're going to be talking about next Thursday, it's going to be good, actually great information for you guys. And it should inspire you too. It should inspire you to see your program, maybe in a more expanded way, right? Because we should always be getting better in our thought process when it comes to breeding these performance dogs. Like I said, if you're not trying to make every breeding better, like us as performance dog breeders, we shouldn't be trying to stay the same. For example, and I'll close out with this. For example, I have my boy AK, freaking nature. I'm so grateful to have him. Okay. I didn't produce him. I just was blessed enough to have an eye, and then God allowed what I picked to be who he is. Okay. Even though I love who he is. And if I had 1,000 AKs, I would be able to sell 1,000 AKs, right? Now, me as someone who wants to be better and create and be an artist at what I do, I want to create better versions of him. I want his sons, his grandsons, great grandsons, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, to be better versions of him, but their own, right? Their own. Same thing with how you see cars progress, motorcycles, everything progresses, even though the foundation of what its essence was, that is the foundation. Every time you create another one, it gets better and better and better in design, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So with me and Performance Dogs, that is how I think of everything that I'm doing. I don't expect it to look the same. I want it to have a similarity, but I want it to be better, so that you as a consumer will always want to add that to your collection of dogs. Like real talk. You would want to add that. I got to get that model, man. Oh, man, Coach, I remember I had your 2024 model, man, but you know what I mean? I need that, you know what I mean, that 2028 version. Oh man, hey Coach, I need that 2030 version. Like that's how we, I'm gonna say we again, should be thinking with these performance band dogs or performance dogs in general. Easier said than done. However, that's how we should be thinking. So let me go ahead and give everybody a shout out before I close out. All right. Make sure y'all show up next Thursday to get some of this lab talk game that I'm going to give y'all, because it's so much knowledge. You know what I mean? Too much to be exact, but at least if you're listening in these lives, this classroom, you're going to game it up. And then once you gamed up and then you apply it, then you're going to see it in your program, period. It's easy as that. So Dogman, hey, Dogman Don, salute. Bill, William Marietta, salute to you, man. Do Doc. Okay, if I pronounce your name incorrectly, man, forgive me, family, but you already know what time it is. Big salute to you. Thank you for showing up. Carolina Blue, I appreciate your consistency, man. You know what I mean? Thank you, brother. Salute to you, hey, Duro Recio Bully Camp. Big salute to you, family. I appreciate your support on the live and on IG. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Hey, same thing with you, Bill. You already know what time it is. Royalty Methods, man. I appreciate your consistency, man. Thank you for showing up, brother. Michael and Knock. If I pronounce your name incorrectly, please forgive me, family. Thank you for showing up. Hopefully you show up again. Corey I. Big salute to your family. I appreciate your consistency, you know, and your support. Tyrone Stewart, man. I don't know if this is your first time, family, but I appreciate you showing up. Hopefully you show up again. We stay cooking. If you haven't seen or listened to any of the previous lives, man, go back in time, man. We got 32 of them. Go back in time, put your headphones on, multitask, work in the yard, you know, work out, whatever, man. Zone out to the information. You know what I mean? Got a lot of knowledge. Big salute to you. Just in time. If this is your first time, brother, I appreciate you, brother. Real talk. And man, be consistent every Thursday night. Show up. It's good information. Participate in the live, participate in the chat. I do my best to answer everyone's questions. Try my best. Okay. So you know, thank you for showing up. I want to big salute you as well. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. Oh, Eli, if you missed out, I already know what you're gonna do, Eli, brother Eli. Man, hit that rewind button, Eli. I cooked up on something great, some great information. Brother Eli, I appreciate your support as well. I'm gonna send a little group chat on to you guys on IG, all my subscribers, man. And Eli's one of my subscribers, and so is Bill to William Marietta, man. I do apologize. I haven't been dropping any exclusive content. Your boy, y'all know your boy been dealing with all kind of ish over here in the dog zone, in the dog war zone. But I'm gonna get back to it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, just bear with me, Eli. Bear with me, Bill. And like I said, I appreciate you guys' support. you know what I mean, in everything that I do, everything I got going on, man. So I do, I mean, I got love for y'all, man, and respect to y'all. And I respect all of you guys too, man. So show up next Thursday. I do appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? Go back in time and hit them other episodes, man. The stuff that we talk about is stuff that you can always listen. Y'all listen to it 3, 4, 5 times, man. Every time y'all listen to it, y'all gonna get some more game. You know what I mean? Because you're not gonna be able to listen to it once and collect all the information. You might have to listen to it a few times. And then if you got a program, you got dogs, apply the things that we talk about and see that it works. And see it for yourself. And then you'll appreciate what we talk about here on these Thursday nights more and more. I guarantee you guys. I guarantee you guys will. All right. But until next time, man, much love and respect. Next Thursday, show up. We got a great cook up. But like I said, big salutes. I appreciate y'all. Until next time, I'm out.